Hey there, members. Happy Sunday. Today is April 11th, and that means we are having another week of weekly workouts. This week, I'm going to teach you some tools that I use to chip away at my fitness goals, especially the past couple weeks. I've been using these a lot, and they are called calisthenics, right? It's something that you don't need any equipment, very little space to do. I did a workout yesterday in the small confines of my kitchen while I was cooking. So make sure you don't have any burners on. That's my first word of warning. Definitely don't leave the garlic on the oven too long, or else your house will be a smoky mess. Not speaking from experience here or anything. So we're gonna start off. Monday is our ankle mobility. That video is gonna be here. Hey there, members. So for Monday's video, we're gonna actually switch our camera angle from our usual setup to one that's focused on my feet and ankles, because you need to be able to see what you're doing for the ankle mobility to do the ankle mobility, right? So we're gonna go ahead and switch the cameras. I'm gonna drop this camera angle down a little bit, and you're gonna be able to see my ankles very clearly, okay? Here we go. All right, so first off, we have our calf stretch. So I'm going to stand with my 1 foot forward. I'm going to step forward and lean up against the wall. For the calf stretch, is pretty self-explanatory. I just want to lean forward and shift my weight down, keeping my arch from collapsing, right? I don't want to roll my foot inward like this. I'm gonna keep my arch intact, keep my legs straight, and shift my weight forward. And I'll actually feel that my calf, not only my calf, but down towards my heel. If I want to stretch down towards the bottom of my leg, I can drop the knee and shift the weight back a little bit, and that will stretch down towards more of the Achilles tendon. So from there, we're gonna actually do toe pulls, right? So for our toe pulls, you're gonna take your toe and push it into the ground, just gently, and pull your foot forward. Now, if you've been standing all day like I have, it's quite normal for your toes to cramp. So go ahead and try it again, relax, and just gently pull your toes in, okay? Now, you can change the angle of your foot, right? Here is an internally rotated angle, and I'm pulling my toes forward, getting a nice stretch in the front of my calves. Sorry, stretching the front of my foot right here. And then we are going to do anterior tibialis curls, okay? So your anterior tibialis is this muscle right here, right? So it's this guy. It does the opposite of your bicep. It raises your foot, right? And it's very important to running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand nice and even. I'm going to support myself on the desk behind me. I'm going to pull my toes up towards my shins. Now, you might notice one ankle is stronger than the other. It has more greater range of motion. That's okay. We just want to work on increasing those. So if you have a band, you can also work on this. You can point your toe and then pull as hard as you can, and then point your toe and then pull again. After which, we're going to go into flexion extensions. So I'm going to put my foot forward like this. I'm curling and pointing my toes. That's flexion. Extension is pulling my toes back up like that as I lift my foot. Okay, so point the toe, bring it back up. Point the toe, bring it back up. Then after you do 10 of those on each side, you're going to do the reverse. So curl your toes and press, and then point the toes and pull your foot back up. So you're forward and then point and pull back. Forward, pull the toe back. Finally, last but not least, we're gonna do ankle circles. So you're gonna try and go through the full range of motion here. All the way up, all the way inside, all the way outside, all the way down. Okay, so that is a great ankle warm-up for your sport-specific exercises, okay? Have a great day, and we're gonna go to Tuesday's Tabata Tuesday. Nice job. And for Tuesday, we have Tabata, so we're gonna get into that 20-10 second interval, and it's gonna be 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of active rest, okay? So the first exercise is squat taps. You're gonna squat down, touch the floor, nice and quick, just a little bit of movement here. Hinging at the hips and the chest. If you really wanna work on it, you can sit back, keep the chest upright, and then after you do that, you're gonna do a squat hold. Okay, 10 seconds, catch your breath. After that, we're gonna go into sprinter jump. So you're gonna load up one leg. Your other knee's gonna come up off the ground. So if you can see here, my right hand is up and my left knee is up. So it's mimicking the walking cadence, right? So as my left foot falls, my right hand comes up, and vice versa, right? So opposites. So I'm gonna raise my left knee up, my right hand up. I'm gonna shift both of those back behind the midline of my body going this way. So now my left leg is back, my right hand is back. I'm just gonna jump, swing this leg through, both arms, both hands at the same time, okay? Watch that a couple times. I'm gonna come a little bit closer this time. So, right hand's up, left knee's up. I'm gonna tilt forward at the hip, at my right hip right here. This is my pivot point. Reaching my right hand and left leg back, and then I jump straight up, okay? So you're gonna do that on one side for 20 seconds. After that, we're gonna go into Warrior 3, which is a forward hip hinge with the arms towards the wall. And as you can see, it might take a little bit. You wanna get nice and flat. As flat as you can be. If that's too tough, find something to hold on to, a small table. I can use our handy dandy leg press footrest here and just kind of rest my arms and get used to that balancing on one leg, okay? So after we do the Warrior 3, we're gonna do caterpillars. You're gonna walk out, tap your shoulders, walk it back in. Okay, so walk it out, tap the shoulders, walk it back in. Now, I know 20 seconds is not a long time, but I need you to try and get as many as you possibly can, which will ensure your maximum heart rate increase and maintenance of that rate, okay? So after the caterpillars, so you walk it out one last time. Let's say the end of 20 seconds is up here. You're just gonna do another half a caterpillar into a high plank, okay? So you're spending 10 seconds here. After you're spending your 10 seconds here, we're gonna time, again, 20 seconds, and you're gonna do high plank hop overs. So both feet off to one side, hop over the midline, okay? So front view is gonna look like this. So you get into your high plank position right after your caterpillars, and then you're just hopping over the midline, okay? Whew. All right, so at your 10-second rest, you're gonna do that 4 more times. I'm sorry, you're gonna do that 4 more times for a total of 8 minutes. Now, if you have time, I challenge you to do this 2 to 3 more times. So you're looking at 16 to 24 minutes of vigorous activity, which is actually like, you multiply that by 2 to get your 150 minutes of activity a week, right? So we discussed towards the beginning of the pandemic that the CDC recommends 150 minutes of moderate activity or 75 minutes of vigorous physical activity. If you do this circuit 4 times through, that is vigorous activity. So that'll bring you to 8 minutes if you do 20 on and 10 off. If you do 45 on and 15 off, it's actually closer to like 16 minutes, something like that, okay? So if that's the case, only do it once. And it is very challenging. So don't be afraid to get sweaty, take it outside, get your vitamin D for the day. It's not that hard of a circuit to memorize. If you need it, just open up the email and you'll have the script there. Also in the comments section, the info section, down below, the listing of the exercises should be there. Moving right along to Wednesday. So we're gonna start off with a push-up. Okay, so arms about shoulder width apart in line with the shoulders. Drop your chest all the way down and press up. After that, we're gonna go into a side plank. All of these are gonna be for 12 reps, except the side plank is going to be for 30 seconds. So after you do your side plank, you're going to do floor slides. So you're gonna lay on your back, arms up above your head. And this is pretty much like mimicking a pull down, right? So just like the opposite of an overhead press, you're pulling your elbows into your sides, stretching your pecs out a little bit, and reaching up again. Okay, good. So then after your 12 wall slides, you are going to do a high plank with reach. So I'm gonna go ahead here. I'm gonna set a target of this little leg extension machine. I'm gonna reach forward, tap it. And the goal here is to keep the hips nice and still. Keep my head and spine in a nice straight line. Okay, so after I do that, I'm gonna go into tricep dips. Okay, now tricep dips can be used really pretty much anywhere you want. You just need some type of, like a bench works great, a small chair that is leaned up against the wall so it doesn't slide around on you. I'm gonna go ahead and use our handy dandy leg press here. So I'm going to place my hands on this. I'm gonna step my body forward. And I'm tucking my elbows, I'm kind of tucking my elbows into my side, right? So this is called external rotation, right, at the shoulder joint. Because if I have my arm up here like this, you can see it's externally rotating. Internal rotation would be like this, external meaning away from the body, so on and so forth. Hands go on here, step forward, head up, chest up nice and tall, bend at the elbows, and then push yourself up. Make sure your core is engaged here, make sure your abs are engaged. You're gonna feel a stretch in the front of your shoulders. Don't go too hard, always go slowly, and then modify as necessary. Okay, so after you do your tricep dips, we're gonna do something called scapular pulls. So you're just going to reach forward, you're gonna pretend like you're holding a band or a stick, nice and tall. You're going to pull your shoulder blades together, just squeeze them as hard as you can, and then reach them forward again, okay? Notice I'm not actually bending my arms at all, right? My arms are relatively straight, pulling my shoulder blades back and down, and pressing them forward again, right? So this is really great if you need a break from the desk, right? It's 2021, and a lot of us are still Zooming a lot and working over the computer. So if you need to work on your posture at all, you need to stretch, pull the shoulder blades. You can also work on this one, just like a basic reverse fly, and open the pecs up. So after that, we're going to go to our ab day, which is Thursday. We're gonna do a reverse crunch. So this is pretty much gonna be entirely on the floor. Okay, so you're gonna start with a reverse crunch, where you just lift your body up, lift your hips up. Okay, if you wanna make it a little bit more challenging, you can kind of like pick your hips up towards the ceiling. So rather than just rolling here, the advanced move would be like rolling in and up, okay? So that's definitely more challenging. From there, we're going to move into lateral rolls. So this is great for golf. This exercise gets used for everything from stroke patients to golfers to just people who are trying to move a little bit better. Now, there's a disclaimer here. It looks a little bit silly. It feels a little bit silly. Do this from the comfort of your own home. It also kind of takes you back to being a kid, like rolling around in the grass and stuff, okay? So just go ahead and relax. Your arms are gonna go above your head. We're gonna start with the feet up approach, okay? So your foot is gonna come over, and you're going to use your foot to roll your body, okay? So you're gonna do one, that's one, and then I can use my leg to bring it back the other way, okay? So here, kicking back. So I don't wanna push this foot into the ground, right? I want to lift with this leg, bring it over. This is a little bit harder. And then roll, okay? So you're gonna do that for a total of 12 one way and 12 the other way. So it's actually like 6 complete sets, right? You're rolling over once, you're rolling back, that's number 2, 3, 4, and then you 5, 6, and then you do the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're doing 6 total rolls, okay? After you do your side rolls, we are doing knee hugs, okay? So you're going to lay on your back again. You're gonna bring your knees into your chest, tap the bottom of the feet, hug the knees in, okay? If this is tough on your lower back, just do like a modified reverse crunch version here, and then bring the knees in, right? Okay, so then finally we're going to do body saws and lower body rotation. So a body saw is just a low plank with a moving component. So pushing through the balls of your feet and shifting your body weight forward. Okay, and then finally lower body rotation is almost like those lateral rolls, except your knees are together, your upper torso staying facing the ceiling, and you're just gently rolling your hips side to side, okay? So here, up, over. Okay, so again, 12, so you're gonna get 6 on each side. And that's it for ab day. Finally, last but not least, I know everybody loves our leg days. So we're gonna do Friday, we're doing 3 set of 12 reps. We're gonna start with the boxer bounces, okay? So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't necessarily have to count this one. You can just start warming up. Do it for a couple minutes or so. Pretend like you're skipping rope, right? From here, we're gonna go into squat jumps, okay? So squat down, big jump. If you want, you can incorporate your arms, get your momentum going with you a little bit. After that, we're gonna do lunges. So again, lunges are here, standing up, here, up, keeping my rear leg relatively straight, slight bends, okay? Next, we're gonna do elevated side squats. So I'm literally going to take my foot, place it on an elevated box, and most of my weight is going to go over this leg, okay? So my hips aren't totally square, that'd be pretty impressive. I'm gonna squat down here into this left leg, stand all the way up, as low as I can go. This might be a little high to start off with, so I might actually have somebody start like down here, right? It's a little bit more manageable. It's also a great stretch in the adductor. After that, we're gonna do our single leg deadlifts. So after we do 12 on each side, so you're gonna go through boxer's bounce, you're gonna do 12 squat jumps, you're gonna do 12 lunges on each leg, you're gonna do 12 side lunges, you're gonna do 12 single leg deadlifts. So head up, chest up, nice and tall. You're gonna slide your hand down the front of your leg, lift this rear leg up, tap your toe, stand all the way up, that's 1, okay? And then what you wanna pay attention to is, are my abs engaged? Are my shoulders retracted? Am I hinging my chest? Is my chest falling at the same rate that my leg is rising? Okay, just a couple things to pay attention to. And finally, we have the calf raise, okay? So you're just gonna stand up, head up, chest up, pull the abs in, squeeze the glutes, press the toes through the floor, and relax. Okay, so again, 12 here. If you wanna make it more challenging, you can go 1 foot, right, all the way up as high as it'll go, and then slowly down. All right, so that is what we have for our weekly workout. And I hope you all have a great day and enjoy your week. We'll see you around the club, and enjoy the weather. Get outside, okay?